Hey guys, welcome back to Mondays at the Museum. I'm Carrie, and I'm here at the Bemis Palmer Museum in York, Nebraska. So we survived week one of the History of York County display. For those of you that don't know, up until February 28th, so the last day of February, you're going to be able to come and see the history of York County. We've got it laid out like a map. Several of the towns that make up York County have their own sections with their own artifacts all laid out on display. It's really cool, lots of stories to go with each. We've had several visitors come in already and tell different stories that they have of York County, which is really cool, and even a lot of outsiders coming to learn about us this way as well. Really neat stuff. Today, we're going to be talking about the Palmer case. So for those of you that have been here before, or you've maybe watched some videos before, I mentioned the Palmer case a lot. It is right in our entryway, and it's the first thing you see when you come to visit us, and we do that intentionally because we want Anna's legacy to live on. For those of you that don't know, the Palmer case is filled up with items directly linked to Anna, whether they belong to her or they are linked to her, as a way to basically tell her story to all the visitors that come here. So today I'm going to talk to you about the items that are currently on display in the Palmer case, and then I'm going to talk a little bit more about our history of York County display. So here is the current Palmer case here. So we kept up this picture of Anna just because I think it's a really great picture here. It was gifted to the DAR in 1966. It's a great picture of Anna there. A little bit of a glare off the lights. I had a lot of people ask me about Anna's dishes, so you're going to see a lot of dishes. Here's a tureen serving dish. We've got some plates, cups, saucers. There's a chopping bowl down there. You got spoons and some bone forks. Forks with bone handles. We also have this royal ironstone pitcher and platter, and then other things in the Palmer case here. You've got this pink hat that belonged to Anna. Super fancy she was. There is this cake topper actually from 1920. Now, Anna was married in 1920 to R.E. Cutler. I don't know that this is her cake topper because it doesn't say in the catalog, although I think it would be a really weird coincidence if it wasn't hers, because she donated it and she got married that year. But don't quote me on that because I don't have direct evidence. It's just a guess. Here we have a picture of the David Bryant chapter of the DAR, which was a huge part of Anna's life. And this was actually taken in front of Anna's house. So see these pillars here? Pay attention to those. So that was taken at Anna's house in 1932. Here is Anna in the corner on the very end there. And remember those pillars there? We kept up the Jack Savage painting, and so you can see those pillars there then as well. And the painting is actually done based off of this photograph here. You can see there's an extra tree actually there, so there's 3 trees there, but only 2 here in the painting. And the painting was done based off the photograph because the house was demolished by the time he went to paint it. So really unfortunate story. I'm still slightly bitter about that, but that's more of a longer story than anything else. Here is a set of square nails from Anna's house. The house itself was built in 1880. Really neat story behind the history of the house. If you don't know that, swing by and I'll ramble to you about that as well. Other items linked to Anna or belonging to her. We kept up the beaded hanging basket from the Oregon Trail. This was up in our artwork display. That's from 1849. And then family-wise, so the Squawker book down here, you see this where it says Gene Bemis. So Anna's brother, Gene, he was linked to the New Tiller newspaper. He used to write stories and poems for them, and this is a collection of pieces that he wrote for that newspaper, and he called it the Squawker. And then the Gray family, really cool. This was actually pieced together by Anna and Orlando themselves on the history of the family, the Gray family, and it goes back 3 generations for all of the Gray family that lived in America. Actually, it was donated by the library, which is really cool as well. So, alongside the case, we also have this rocking chair here that belonged to Anna, as well as this mahogany chair. Put some ribbons on there so people don't sit on them. But really ornate carvings here you can see there at the very top. So really cool stuff. So that is currently what's on display in the Palmer case. As I said earlier, it kind of rotates on its own. We did rotate at the same time as this display, so you had new items to come and check out. But it kind of rotates on its own schedule, just depending on what really cool stuff of Anna's that we find as we do inventory. And speaking of inventory, It was because of us doing inventory and reboxing items that we actually went with this History of York County display, just because we found so many cool things linked to not just York, but the other outlying towns throughout the county, and we wanted to make sure that everybody felt included. So we're going to be starting programming pretty soon, so pay attention to social media and the website, palmermuseum.com. We're looking forward to a lot of diverse programs between now and February, and most of those will be taking place on the weekends in the afternoon so that people can attend, because people have jobs and lives and things like that. So we're really excited about that. So stay tuned to social media for that. And for more on the display, you're going to come and have to visit us. I'm giving you the bare minimum. This is your sneak peek for the display. You're going to have to come and see us. Our hours are Tuesdays through Fridays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Again, this display runs until the last day of February, so February 28th, 2025. And we hope to see you there.